Ha ha ha! I am Prince Ziegfeld the Magnificent, a chosen warrior of the Chaos God Slanesh himself to lead his daemonates into battle. I command you, a mere mortal, to lay down your sword now. Do it quickly, and I just might let you live long enough to worship my beauty and brilliance. It is true. I, Marquand, am just a mere mortal from the city of Mordheim, but I will never bow down to your likes. In fact, I have a trick or two up my sleeves, and you just might find yourself out of your league. Ha ha ha, I seriously doubt that. By the way, I thought there were two of you. Well, now that you mention it, yeah, we chopped him in half. I'm Ulli. Ha ha ha. Yeah, take that, Ziegfeld. Ha ha. Hey guys, Prince of Mastodon here, and don't worry about Ziegfeld here. That's my stunt double. Here's the actual Ziegfeld. Yeah, I would never break one of my Ziegfeld miniatures, guys. Come on. Anyhow, let's move this corpse out of the way. Now, I got these two cool-looking miniatures. These are very rare and pretty much impossible to get nowadays. But these were part of the Warhammer Mordheim miniature series. And this was a smaller scale board game, but it was still set in the Warhammer universe. But these two guys are scoundrels, and they are actually the protagonists of this graphic novel that I read recently called Mordheim, City of the Damned, Ulli and Marquand. It's basically a bunch of little short stories about these two quote-unquote heroes who go around acting like scoundrels in the city of Mordheim. And I'm going to do a little graphic novel book review for you guys, in case you guys never had the pleasure of seeing this book for yourselves.
The life and times of Ulli and Marquand and Their Misadventures in Mordheim, City of the Damned, is a graphic novel consisting of 16 or so very short stories, most averaging about 2 pages per story. Later in the collection, the stories do get a bit longer, with Crusades easily being the longest at no less than 20 pages of dark, gritty action and storytelling. I prefer colored art in my graphic novels, to be honest, but the black and white colors do work very well in this gritty tale of backstabbing, murder, and thievery. In particular, Payback and Bodyguards are my favorite art styles in this Mordheim anthology. As I've hinted at, the two main protagonists are not good people at all. They live in the city of Mordheim, which is quickly established as a city of the damned. Scumbags from all walks of life are attracted to the evil opportunities that this city has to offer. Of our two heroes, Marquand is a gambler and assassin, while Ulli is a former mercenary turned bandit and thief. Each short story in this graphic novel is a new adventure in the life of Ulli and Marquand. The different ways they resolve their conflicts defines just how dirty and rotten these heroes actually are. But it's exactly that amoral lifestyle that makes them so engrossing to read about. In the first short story, we meet our two scoundrel protagonists, Ulli and Marquand. They've been captured by troops of the Count of Stirland. The Count is looking for any kind of able-bodied personnel to fight in his slave army. Ulli and Marquand quickly establish that they'll throw anyone under the bus if it means saving their own hides. In Pit Fight, Ulli is engaged in a pit fight with multiple fighters to claim magical weirdstones and also to claim disputed territory. We quickly see just how strong Ulli's friendship is with Marquand. By the end of the fight, Marquand needs to borrow 50 crowns from his friend Ulli after he made the bet that his friend would get his neck snapped by the last fighter, which was a dwarf. In Ambush, we get to see some Skaven action, which is pretty cool. We also get to see Ulli and Marquand tricking an unnamed companion into getting his head blown off by a Skaven sniper. After their friend gets sniped, Ulli and Marquand are afforded a few seconds to counterattack their Skaven opponents and bring them down. Now, the next 3 stories are actually untitled for whatever reason, but they are still good stories nevertheless. In those stories, we witness more treachery from our heroes as they willingly give back a female survivor to a cult of chaos worshippers who sacrifice her to the chaos gods. We also see the heroes backstab a dwarf warrior just so they can obtain more weirdstones for their fortunes. Treacherous behavior like that is what makes these tales of Ulli and Marquand most memorable. Now, the art gets kicked up a huge notch, in Payback and Bodyguards, which also happen to be my 2 favorite stories in this graphic novel. Payback is a fun little story where Ulli and Marquand give tips on how to hunt vampires. But this story has quite a twist because Ulli and Marquand are not actually out to kill vampires. They're actually relocating a vampire's coffin so they can release a creature upon a rival band of marauders who have trespassed through their turf. In Bodyguards, Marquand and Ulli are hired as bodyguards to protect a mercenary paymaster from skillful Chilean duelists. This particular story is one of my favorites because it shows that both Marquand and Ulli are skilled enough in combat to take out elite combatants in a stand-up fight. They fail to protect their mercenary paymaster, however, but at least they learn a new trick. Now, the 8 remaining stories are also quite enjoyable. The Flayer, It Came from the Pit, Comrades in Arms, Dog Eat Dog, Sisters in Arms, The Toll, Crusade, and Honor Among Thieves. Now, Honor Among Thieves is a very powerful story because at the very end, it's not the kind of ending that you would expect. But then again, the tale of these two heroes who aren't actually heroes is not really the tale you'd expect to read about as heroes anyways. So, all in all, I really did enjoy this graphic novel. It is very hard to find though, and thank you for listening to this review, and I hope you guys check it out yourselves if you have the opportunity.